Hey everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to make a tres leches cake. We will be learning how to make a vanilla angel food cake and a tres leches mixture. Learning how to make a tres leches cake is useful if you need to make one in a baking competition or you just need an easy dessert for a party. Let's get into this. First, you will need to gather all your ingredients. You're going to need 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder and half a teaspoon of salt, 6 eggs at room temperature, 2 teaspoons of vanilla separated that we will measure later, 1 1/4 cups of sugar separated into 1 cup for the cake and 1/4 cup for the frosting, 1 cup of milk separated into half cups that we will separate later at room temperature, a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, a 5-ounce can of evaporated milk, 1 1/2 cups of heavy cream, and any fresh berries for topping. Next, you will need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and grease your pan. Now that your pan is greased, set it aside and get a bowl to mix your flour, baking powder, and salt together. Now that you've mixed your flour, baking powder, and salt, get a second bowl and an electric mixer to beat your eggs to stiff peaks. First, you will need to separate your egg whites from your egg yolks. Now that we've separated all of our egg whites from our egg yolks, we will need to whip them to stiff peaks in our mixer. After beating for about 2 to 3 minutes, you will need to add your vanilla while your mixer is still running. Now that your vanilla is mixed in, you will need to grab your sugar and add it in 1 tablespoon at a time while your mixer is still running. Now that all your sugar is mixed in, you will need to add your yolks, 1 yolk at a time. Squeeze the yolks right in and dump them right into the mixer. We've let our egg yolks fully incorporate for about 30 seconds. So now you're going to need to grab your flour mixture and you're going to need to measure half a cup of your 1 cup of room temperature milk. Now you're going to need to add your flour mixture and your milk mixture in 2 tablespoons at a time, alternating between them while your mixture is running. Okay, it's been a minute of me adding in the mixtures back and forth, and we're just about done. Now that your batter is done, you're going to need to dump it into your greased pan. Now that all your batter is in there, we're going to put this in the oven for 30 minutes. Now that our cake is in the oven, we're going to work on our tres leches mixture. We're going to use our 1/2 cup of milk that we have left over, our 5-ounce can of evaporated milk, and our 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. Now that everything is together, we're just going to mix this. Our cake is done, so we're going to take it out of the oven and set it on a cooling rack to cool. This will probably take about an hour. It's been an hour now and we're back. Our cake is fully cooled and we're going to poke holes in it and then dump our tres leches mixture out on top. Now that our cake is full of holes, we're going to pour our tres leches mixture over the cake nice and evenly. Make sure we get every bit of the cake. Now that that's done, we're going to cover our pan with foil and put it in the fridge for 6 hours. For best results, leave it in overnight. And our cake is set overnight. It's time to finish this cake. Get your heavy whipping cream, your remaining 1/4 cup of sugar, and teaspoon of vanilla extract. Add your heavy cream and vanilla to your mixer and whip to stiff peaks. You're going to add your sugar 1 tablespoon at a time while your heavy whipping cream is mixing. This should take about 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes and our whipped cream is at a stiff peak. We're going to get the sides and then let's go get our cake out. Our cake has been sitting overnight and it's time to get this thing covered in some whipped cream. You're going to take your whipped cream and just cover the whole cake with it. Now that our cake is all frosted, we're going to add our berries. I've just washed and sliced them. And you can just add them however you want. And just like that, our cake is done. But before we enjoy this beautiful cake, let's go over everything we learned. First, we mixed our dry ingredients, then made our whipped egg mixture. Next, we combined everything together and baked it at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. After that, let your cake fully cool and poke it with holes. After your cake is full of holes, add your tres leches mixture and let it sit in the fridge for 6 hours or overnight. Make your whipped cream and top with berries. Finally, slice your cake and enjoy it by yourself or with your friends. Hey everyone, thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at tbarclay987@vikings.glenoaks.edu. Bye.